All right, so we only have one more example to do. So let's go ahead and jump in and do this. We've got one more. This is an even power series because notice 2n is an even number, both in the numerator and the denominator, so we call that even. We want to know where does this series, this power series, converge. So we're trying to find the interval of convergence. Now notice it's x squared to the n. It's not x minus c to the n. So this still has a center of 0, believe it or not. It's not shifted. Now, let's see if we can apply the ratio test. The limit of the n plus first term, that's x to the 2 parentheses n plus 1, over parentheses 2 parentheses n plus 1 parentheses factorial times reciprocal of the nth term. Now again, x may be positive or negative, so we can't really drop the absolute values yet. But what we can do is rearrange the terms. And while we're at it, let's multiply that, use the distributive property. That's x to the 2n plus 2 over 2n plus 2 factorial. And then the second one is 2n factorial over x squared. I forgot to rearrange, didn't I? So let's do that. The limit as n goes to infinity. X to the 2n plus 2 over x squared. And then 2n factorial over 2n plus 2 factorial. Now, got to remember how to simplify. If we subtract the powers, I can see that the first one is x squared. All right, that's the x to the 2n, isn't it? Let's see, I forgot the 2n. Let's be careful here. Let's put a 2n there, 2n there. That's what it was, yeah. Missed that 2n. Now it is x squared. And let's remember this bottom. We can't cancel factorials. We can't factor out 2's. What we can do, though, is copy the top and then start writing out the bottom. We'll start with 2n plus 2. It's a factorial, so the next thing we would do is multiply by 1 less than that, which is 2n plus 1. And then we would multiply by 1 less than that, which is 2n, and continue going down to 1. So that would be the 2n factorial. All right, so this 2n factorial marks off with that 2n factorial. Interesting. So we've got the absolute value of x squared times 1 over 2n plus 2 times 2n plus 1. And as n goes to infinity, this is approaching 0. And so we get 0, x squared times 0, which is 0. And so the question is, when is this less than 1? Well, always, right? 0 is always less than 1. So that means all x values converge. So that would mean that the radius is infinity. We're going to put infinity up there. And that means the interval of convergence is negative infinity to infinity.